Hi everybody, this is Rita Holmes, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up from Ohio, and I'm coming here to bring you a video today. And I think I wanted to do something kind of easy. I want to use the DSP. You know that Stampin' Up right now has all of our 12 by, well, not just 12 by 12, but some 6 by 6 DSPs on sale for 15% off through the month of June. So I decided to highlight one of those today, doing a quilt card. So we will be doing that in just a second. So just remember that that paper is on sale through the end of the month. If you need any of it, or not need any of it, but want it, you know how we are as stampers and scrapbookers. It's not about needing the paper, it's about wanting the paper. And that's what we do. Another thing I want to tell you, I don't know if you might know, but Stampin' Up has a signing bonus right now with the starter kit. You can join Stampin' Up for $99. You get $155 worth of free stuff. That is a lot of stuff. So, which is a great way to join, especially if you've been wanting a lot of stuff. You get that. The shipping is included in that. You're just going to pay tax on it if your state has a sales tax. So, I would be happy for you to ask me about that and join my team if you're thinking about doing something like that. I would love to have you. It would be great. And you know, you'll get your savings and you get your discounts. And you know, a lot of people say, I don't want to join because I don't want to do that as a business. You don't have to. You can be a hobbyist or whatever and join. And my thing of it is join and go through the catalog, and the holiday catalog will be coming out soon, and you'll be one of the first to see it if you're a demonstrator. And you can order and get your discounts on all of that stuff. And you know, that's a great way to build up your stock on your stuff, is doing it that way. So please let me know if I can help you anyway with that. You can leave a message in this video. You can contact me through email at ritaholmes0611@gmail.com, and I'll get back with you. So, or you can go to my online store too, which is ritaholmes.stampinup.net, and hit the join button there, and you can just go through and pick out your stuff right there and join right on my online store. So without anything else, I'm going to get started. I'm going to show you my card. I want you to remember that if you join my Facebook group, you can get the PDFs to these cards for free. The cards I do on here right now, most of them, 99.9% of my cards the PDFs are free to you, so that you can have those to refer back to make cards when sometimes you're like, I don't know what I want to do. You can just go through those PDFs and say, oh, here's me a card I'd like to do, and do it that way. So I'd be happy for you to join and go over there. I've got 3 years of PDFs on file, so there is a lot of card directions and pictures on there. So I'm going to turn you down so you can see my table so we can make the card. So if you get dizzy, just close your eyes or whatever, and we'll turn it, and I'll tell you when we're ready. Of course, you're going to see my ceiling for a minute. And there is the card that we are going to do. Let me make sure I have that up on my computer so that I can see, make sure that we're in line. You see my cord down there. I didn't plug it into my phone to keep my phone charged. So I'm going to do that just real quick. Got to charge that phone. Keep it ready. My phone's crooked though. I see that. There we go. There we go. Sorry about my hand in the way. But this is a quilted card, as you see it here. You can see I've taken an embossing folder to it to make it look quilted. I have one that I didn't quilt just so you could see the difference. And here it is. So you can see the difference of the two cards, what it looks like when it's been what I call quilted. So we're doing this with 12 squares. They're 1 1/4 inch squares. You can use a punch if you have one, a die if you have one, or just cut them in 1 1/4 inch squares on your paper trimmer. Now I already have a bunch of them cut. I use the inked Botanicals paper, which is right here. And it is just really, really pretty. I'll show you the different sides of it as soon as I can get it apart. So we have this with this. It is beautiful paper. It's like one of my favorites. This one and that. That one's out of, I'm going to find its owner here in a minute. We have this one and that. I have more than one pack of this, so here we go. And there we have that. This is my favorite one as far as the flowers are concerned. Is that one. Then we have this one. Whoops. Somehow. There we go. That one. We have this one. Trying to get them here in order. My computer just decided to go away. That was crazy. There we go. We have that one. And this one. This one, this is another one of my favorites. I like that one really well. Is that right? Yeah. We have this one and that. This is all up my color alley, you know, just colors I love to use. So, then we have that. So that's the papers, and they are really, really nice papers. So, and this is on sale. It's one of the ones that's on 15% off. So I wanted to show that to you. Here's my PDF, what you would see if you went over to my group. You get a picture, you get everything I used, how I cut everything, what I used, and then the directions with it. And you also get my email address. Do I have that? Yes, and my store if you need those addresses for anything. So there you go. That's what we have. Now let's make this card real quick. All you need is your card base. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then folded for our card. And I'm going to go ahead and fold that. You need 2 pieces, 5 1/4 by 4. And I already glued the inside one in. And this will be the outside, the one that we make the quilt part. And then I have a circle die from the Stylish Shapes dies, which are these right here, and it's the second largest one. You have that. Then this is a 2 3/8 circle that is cut from our circle punch right here. So we have that, and then our stamp set we're using today for the sentiments is Circle Sayings. So we'll be using the Sending You a Smile Today. We're going to be using that today. So I have cut these into 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 inch pieces. Now I have a few that I cut last night that I got off, not quite 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. So I'm going to take 2 of these pieces because it's really not going to matter. And I'm going to glue them to the inside of my card. Instead of throwing them away and, you know, trying to match everything up, since I got it off a little bit, I just decided to go ahead and use them and put them on the inside of my card. Just 2 little squares in there, like so. So let's close that up. We're going to set it to the side, and we're going to make this card. So I have 5 1/4 by 4 inch. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and I'm going to layer some pieces here. So these will be my first 3. So I'm going to glue those on. And I'm just going to leave a small border around. So as you can see, I just have like maybe an 1/8 inch border around all that. I'm going to put my first one on. Then I'm going to put this 3rd one on. I call it the 3rd one because... And we're going to end up having to open more glue, I do believe. There, I got a little bit out. So I'm going to match that up over here with my sides and my top. So, and then I'm going to take my middle one and it's going to go right in here. That way I get a little bit of there we go. We have that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in and I'm just going to glue straight under them. Oh, let's see what I might want. I want something different. Let's do this one. Well, I am going to get a new glue bottle. We're not going to mess with this. It's like seen better days. Throw it away. This one's been opened and it's not been used. I had some people, we made some stuff for Mother's Day for the church and I had people over helping, so I had to open more glues. So, I'm just going to leave a very small border up there around it. Oops, I don't mean to get my head in the way. But sometimes that happens. And you don't have to have any rhyme or reason when you do this. You just go with the flow and do what you want to do. And you don't have to worry about getting the glue all the way out to the end, because when you run this through the embossing folder, it's going to like mold it into that embossing folder and just make it stick. So as long as you get it glued down, I'm going to go ahead and glue this last one on down here so I can make sure I have my borders. Whoops, there we go. It's just a matter of putting on what you like, you know. You can be real attentive about what you're putting on, that all the colors match, or you can just start gluing and hope for the best. That's what I say. Okay, and I think I have, yep, this is the one I want. It's a little bit different than that other one that's up there. So as you can see, it doesn't take long to do this. I still have lots of scraps left. I can make another one or something different. Doesn't matter. I'm going to put them out of the way though. Look at all those I still have left. I'll be making quilt cards forever just with those. Okay, before we do anything else, we're going to run that through the embossing folder. So I'm bringing in my die and stamp embossing machine. I'm going to use the layers number 1 and number 4. You'll see the number 4 right here. And those are the 2 layers we're going to use. I'm using one of the online exclusive embossing folders. And I used this one because it's got a lot of print in it. And I wanted to use something that was closely printed. So that's my pick. So I put that in the embossing folder. Now when you use the embossing folder, if you don't know, you have this folded edge right here. You want that to be towards the back here, like this. And the reason being is that's pushed through. If there's air in between the embossing folder layers, it pushes that air out. So if you had it turned this way and there's air and it pushes it out, it can break your folded line right here. Now I haven't done that on a 3D embossing folder, but I did do it on a regular embossing folder and it popped. So it's nice to know to put your folded edge towards the back to let that air out. So I've laid that on the number 1. I'm going to put the number 4 right over it and it'll run through really easy. Of course my thing slides on my desk, but there we go. Let me set that there, move this out of the way for a minute. We don't need it in our way. Set these out of the way. And then we'll get that out of the embossing folder. And there we have it quilted. See what a good job that does on that? And all we have to do is take our card with our card front and we're just going to put that on here. So let's, and what I do when I use an embossing folder, especially one that's got so much detail in it, is I make sure I get glue on that to hold it down. I don't want it to be squishy glue. I just want to add glue to really hold that down. Okay, let's turn it over. We'll put this on our card. There we go. And I'm going to put that down. I'm going to turn that over and I'm going to burnish that really good because I want that to stick and stay flat. So I'm burnishing it. And this is just easier than using my hand. Let's turn it over and it's on the card. Last thing we're going to do is we're going to take this little circle here and we are going to stamp. So I'm going to stamp the Sending You A. So I'm just going to add that to my, and I'm not going to try to squeeze it or anything. I'm going to just lay it on there. I need to get up here in the window so you can see me. Just going to lay that on there, and I'm going to get out my Lost Lagoon ink. And I'm just going to ink that up. So we did that. And then we're going to do sending you a smile. And the smile we're going to do in the Calypso Coral. So, just letting the ink soak into the cardstock a little bit. And then we're going to put the word today on there. And I'm going to do that back in the Lost Lagoon. And so we'll just add that. Such an easy card to do. So we're done with the stamps. We're done with the inks. And we're going to close those up because I can tend to make a very big mess. And you don't want me to do that. And I'm going to take my glue. I'm just going to put some on the back and add that to this circle. We're going to add some dimensionals. I'm putting them around the outside because I really want that to stand up. Make sure they're all stuck down. And it says, sending you a smile today. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some rhinestones. And I think I'm going to use these little bit larger ones. Because I've used so much of my little ones, I don't have enough left. So, let's color these. And I colored them with the Stampin' Blends in the Lost Lagoon, the dark. And I'm just going to dry them a minute. Doesn't take long. And then we'll pick them up. We're going to add them to the card. And that's our card. That's all we have to do. So there's your quilted look using squares. So you're using up a lot of your DSP and making cards. So I know you got scraps. So, you know, and you don't need them very big. That's 1 1/4 inch. If you use 1 inch, you're just going to add more. But it's a good card to make. And there's the inside. And that way you can just write in it or add another stamp if you would like. So that's my video today. If you like my video, would you please share it? That really helps me. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. That way you get notifications when I make a video. And we'll be able to see them. I hope you have a nice day or evening, whatever time it is you're watching this. And don't forget about the DSP sale and the starter kit sale if you decide that you might want to become a demonstrator and get you a discount. And that is all for today. So you ladies and guys have a nice day. Bye.